All right, so one of my YouTube clients actually told me there was this island that was full of research monkeys right here in the South Carolina Lowcountry, and I thought he was crazy, but I took it upon myself to go find out, and I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride. I chartered a helicopter right here at Hilton Head Island Helicopter Tours, and we're gonna go on an amazing flight today and go see if we can find these secret research monkeys on their own private island. So don't go anywhere. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Lowcountry, whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications, so you'll be the first to know about the current market here in the South Carolina Lowcountry. My name is David Simcox, host of Lowcountry Lifestyles and a local realtor. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you and you and you and you looking to make their move here to the South Carolina Lowcountry, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're making your move in 3 days or 3 months, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or book a Zoom call, all in the description below, so I can help you find your Lowcountry lifestyle. So in today's video, we are here at Hilton Head Helicopter Tours. And this friend of mine, who actually is a real estate client, told me about this Monkey Island, also known as Morgan Island, where back in the 1970s, they rounded up all these monkeys from Puerto Rico, and they had all these nasty diseases, and they're using them as research monkeys, and they put them in this private island called Morgan Island, and they've used them as research monkeys ever since. And I believe the island is owned by the US government now. So we're gonna go on a helicopter ride today. We're gonna explore some of the most beautiful scenery around the Lowcountry and hopefully get lucky and see some of these secretive monkeys. And if you would like to go on a helicopter ride and explore the Lowcountry, these are the only guys doing it here in town. I highly recommend them. They've got the monkey tour, but they also have tours around the island. They have tours over to around Old Town Bluffton, tours over to look at Savannah, or they can do a custom tour if you have something you want to go see. So without further ado, we're going to strap in and we're going for a ride. So buckle your seatbelt, let's go. All right, so we are getting started here and we have liftoff. And I'll tell you what, my stomach was kind of jumping through the roof of the helicopter right here as we're taking off. I have not been in a helicopter in over 20 years, and it was quite the rush. A helicopter can go straight up, I think, but at this particular airport, they require that you go down the runway and follow a flight path. Now, as we bank left, we kind of started making our way back over to Port Royal Plantation, which is a gated community. It's basically, if Hilton Head is in the shape of a shoe, Port Royal is right at the heel of the shoe, so part of it is up against the Atlantic Ocean, part of it is up against Port Royal Sound, and it had about 38 sales last year, between 750 and 5.5 million. It's 1,000 acres of private beachfront community with 3 miles of some of the widest beaches on Hilton Head. It is actually the landmass that was first sighted by Captain William Hilton when it was discovered way back when, and the neighborhood was developed in 1968. It was actually the second community on Hilton Head Island, and you have standalone homes anywhere from a 1/4 acre all the way up to an acre. No short-term rentals, and it has access to 3 18-hole courses and Port Royal Racquet Club, which is one of the top 50 golf resorts in the country. All right, here is my first opportunity to get low and fast along the beach, and the doors are wide open on this helicopter, so I'm feeling the breeze blowing in my face, and really it's such a unique experience getting down low to the ground like this. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, this is such a rush, having this wind blowing in my face and flying like 10 feet over the beach. Amazing things about this tour is spotting wildlife. See if you can see the dolphin right there. Do you see it? Oh, we're gonna circle around and see if we can see it again. closely here, this is the former home of American entrepreneur Ted Turner right there. There it is. On the left, you'll see an old abandoned crane. How that got there, nobody knows. And then there's this house right here on the left, and there's no roads, there's no waterways. How they built it and how they get access to it, I don't know. Maybe they land by helicopter. These are cool. These are actually research houses, and scientists go out and stay in these houses. And I believe the pilot said they were studying sea turtles and maybe some other things. But if I was a scientist, this is definitely where I would want to stay. That is such a cool location. There's another one tucked way back there on the waterway if you look closely. Now, I think just for the sheer fun of it, this was my favorite part of the entire trip. We got down below the tree line and we're going right over these waterways, and we were doing about 130 miles an hour and down below the canopy, and then he does this hard bank left, and then he comes back and you'll see he turns back around to the right, and then he's gonna zoom up really high and go up over the beach line. And I'll tell you what, my blood was absolutely pumping and my adrenaline was going and the wind was just blowing in my face. And then I came up and I saw this absolutely beautiful scenery over the ocean, and it just took my breath away. You can obviously see I'm having fun here. It was so cool. All right, so now we're coming up on Fripp Island, which is an absolutely gorgeous golf resort, and they do have private homes as well. They have multiple golf courses, and these homes are priced anywhere from just under $1 million to a couple million. It's absolutely beautiful out there. Flying by these houses on Fripp Island, me and the pilot are just having a fun conversation here about the real estate market on Fripp Island. So that topic always seems to come up whenever I'm around anybody. Here you'll get a much better look at that absolutely amazing world-class golf course here on Fripp Island. So here we're approaching Hunting Island State Park, and they actually get over 1 million visitors per year. It's known for the marine wildlife. It's got 5 miles of pristine beaches. It's got thousands of acres of marsh and maritime forest. It's got a saltwater lagoon. It's got an amazing campground, which I've stayed at with my kids. It's so much fun right on the beach. And you might have seen it before. There's actually a movie that was filmed out here, Forrest Gump, back in 1994. The scene where Forrest is running down the beach while under attack and under fire, that was filmed right here. And then the other scene where Forrest was dropping off wounded soldiers was right here at the lagoon on Hunting Island. So one of my favorite places to go hang out on the beach, and also an amazing place to go camping if you want to go check that out. Okay, now this is the Hunting Island Lighthouse. It was actually built in 1859, then destroyed in the Civil War, and rebuilt in 1875. And I have climbed this thing with my kids, and the view from the top is amazing. It is so amazing. The pilot said this is his dream house. So if you know who owns it, comment down below. Now, as we leave Hunting Island, we start following this river, and we're making our way over to Morgan Island, also known as Monkey Island. We're almost there. And as we're making our way there, I'm really just struck by the absolute beauty that we have here in the South Carolina Lowcountry. I mean, where else do you have these incredible rivers and waterways and pristine beaches and boating and fishing? It really is one of the most amazing places I've ever been in my entire life, and I have traveled all over the United States. All right, there it is, folks. That is Morgan Island, also known as Monkey Island, home to a very mysterious and curious tribe of monkeys brought here back in the 70s for research. So the island is owned by the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, and the monkeys are owned by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases for public health research. And there's almost 4,000 monkeys on this island, but I haven't seen one yet. Oh, there's our first monkey sighting. He just went under those trees. There's some others. You see him hopping across the ground. They are awfully cute, but I would not get too close to those monkeys. I believe this is one of the monkey feeding stations. I was told that veterinarians go out here 4 times a week also, so they do check in on them. Oop, there's a monkey right there on the wall. Here we're leaving Monkey Island, and the pilot's giving me a thrill by flying low and fast over the water, but I was really struck by the story of Monkey Island and these rhesus monkeys. They were brought here back in the 1970s because AIDS was coming on the scene, and these particular types of monkeys played a critical role in really learning about the HIV virus and has still played a role in trying to develop HIV vaccines. So they're still being used for public health research. And as we're leaving, the pilot decides to just give me a great thrill ride here. We're doing about 130 miles an hour over the river, flying back and forth around the banks. And I know you guys came here to see the monkeys. That was the title of the video, but I really hope you'll stay along for the rest of the video because I've got some other really cool sights to show you here in the South Carolina Lowcountry, and I really don't want you to miss out. So please hang on for the ride and enjoy the rest of the video. So now we're flying over some oyster beds, and it's a little hard to see, but it's those dark spots in the water. And this is tidal, so when the tide goes down, those would actually be exposed over the water. Now, we're very proud of our oysters here in the South Carolina Lowcountry, and if you do decide to move here, you're probably going to be invited to oyster roasts, which are these parties that we have in the wintertime where everybody sits around the table and shucks oysters and drinks beer and has a great time. The spider web of waterways, you can see why boating and navigating is a challenge here. Now, this is a wedding venue that the pilot pointed out, and he said there's weddings here about 4 days per week. Actually flying over Ladies Island, and a lot of people don't know that Ladies Island is this rural. These are actually tomato and strawberry fields, and this is just outside of Beaufort, South Carolina. So who knew that we had this amount of farming right here in the South Carolina Lowcountry? All right, and now we are approaching the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, also known as Parris Island. And this is one of the reasons that I absolutely love this area is because of our strong military presence. And this is about an 8,000 acre military base. This is the Marine Corps' Recruit Training Center. It has been around since 1861, and all the recruits from east of the Mississippi River will come to this location. From the west of the Mississippi, they go out to San Diego, and they graduate about 17,000 recruits per year. It is a 13-week process, and to graduate, they must pass a 54-hour simulated combat exercise called the Crucible. Up here on the left, we're actually approaching the barracks, and of course the men and the ladies are right here, and they each have their own set of barracks for obvious reasons. And this is just kind of an overview of the remainder of the island and the training area for these recruits. Now, this is one of the coolest things about the Parris Island military base. They have their own golf course out here, and it is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. And I have been lucky enough to get to play out there, but it's been a few years. Right, and we're making our way back home here. We're back to Hilton Head Island. We're looking out over Hilton Head Plantation, another one of my favorite neighborhoods. You can check that out in one of my other videos, but we're almost home. Making our way down the runway, about to land, I was just overcome with what an amazing day it was. It was such an adrenaline rush, and I was overcome with the beauty of flying low and fast over these beautiful, pristine beaches and rivers and marshes. And we got to see the lighthouse up close, and we got to fly over and see those incredible monkeys, and we got to fly over Parris Island up close, and we got to hover right over Hilton Head Island. And it was just such an incredible day, and we made it home safely, and I hope you get a chance to experience this too. All right, guys, thank you for staying till the end of the video. And yes, we did see some monkeys, so it is true there are secret research monkeys on an island here in the South Carolina Lowcountry, but really the true value of that whole experience was the flight, the low flying curves and the climbs and the drops, and just getting to experience the absolute natural beauty of the South Carolina Lowcountry. And the monkeys were just the icing on the cake. Again, if you want to go on one of these helicopter rides yourself, you can see Hilton Head helicopter tours here in the background. Look them up online. They're amazing. And if I can help you find your Lowcountry lifestyle, again, give me a call. Send me an email, shoot me a text, or book a Zoom call, all in the description below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about everything happening here in the South Carolina Lowcountry. As always, my name is David Simcox. It's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you today, and I'll see you on the next video.